Good morning at Compton Middle School. This is Sophia.
And this is Sophia's dad, Jay. We've been having a lot of fun at home. We've been having Skittles and ice cream for breakfast and egg sandwiches for dinner. Welcome to the 4th edition of the AMS TV News from home.
Let's check out today's words of wisdom.
Most of us know someone who is very generous with his or her smiles. In fact, just thinking of that person can bring a smile to your face that can brighten your day. Imagine that. Just by smiling, we can brighten someone's day, and we can even brighten the world around us. Now, listen to these wise words from St. Teresa. Smile. It doesn't matter who you're smiling to, but it can help you grow a greater love for each other and for yourself. The world could use a little more love during these tough times, don't you think? Let's give the world some love by simply just being more generous with our smiles. With something to think about, this is Jessica. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Stay safe, AMS.
Thank you, Jessica. AMS DMC reporter Catalina met up with Mr. McNeil to talk about the end-of-year activities. Let's take a look.
Good afternoon at Compton Middle School. I'm joined today by Catalina from our AMS Digital Media Club, and we're going to be having a conversation on Google Meet. I'll have an opportunity to answer some of Catalina's questions today. So how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
What do you miss about a ComSit right now?
Probably the thing that I miss most is like being in the club with all my friends and like working together on projects like that.
Right. Are you still able to catch up with them on Google Meet and like a video chat? That's good.
Yeah. So how can students get their instruments or other items from their lockers?
That now that the governor's closed schools in New York State for the rest of the school year, we'll set up a plan for students to get the belongings in their regular lockers as well as their gym lockers. But I think at a ComSit, we did a pretty good job for the most part. I remember right before we closed that day, students did a really thorough job of a locker clean out. So hopefully there's no September lunches sitting at the bottom of any lockers, but I know there's books and binders and some items as far as students that have special shelving and other things that they probably want to take home. So we'll work that plan out as well.
Okay. So what is the plan for special events at the end of the year, such as the Moving Up ceremony and the National Junior Honor Society induction ceremony?
So we're considering some events that might be virtual. And right now I'm having regular meetings and conversations with my colleagues and the principals at Nessaquake and Great Hollow and High School East and High School West. So we're considering a bunch of different possibilities, even some of those things that you've seen on TV as far as the drive-by type of events. So we'll look at some virtual events. The first one that's coming up will be the National Junior Honor Society induction ceremony. And that will be something that Ms. Falacaro, Ms. DeLuca, Ms. Heedles have been working on to create a digital recorded ceremony. So not as much fun and not something that we wanted to do, but it's going to be an alternative and a safer alternative than us being together. That would have been the typical type of ceremony. So the virtual events may be a possibility, and then this is typically the time that we have orientation programs where the 5th graders come and see the building. We give them a tour, they get to meet the teachers, and even their parents come up for an evening event. So some of those things have been impacted as well. So hopefully we can find a safe way that we'll be able to do 6th grade orientations maybe towards the end of August. So some of those plans will be developed in the upcoming months as well.
How did the emergency closure impact AMS clubs?
So obviously, since the school was closed, it was tough for any of the clubs to meet in a traditional sense. So they were all put on pause for a little bit. And recently, in the last week or so, the clubs reapplied to have a virtual experience. So we actually were very fortunate. We had a whole bunch of clubs that started back up. And I can list them in just a second, but most of those clubs will probably do things like we're doing right now, and then they'll do special projects where we'll be able to post it on social media and share it either on Facebook or Twitter. So we'll have the brass ensemble, we'll have Digital Media Club, obviously, FCCLA, the GSA, the Jazz Ensemble, the National Junior Honor Society, Science Club, and the Drama Club. So they'll be doing some fun things, but they'll be doing it from home individually, and maybe some of those projects will be shared via video.
What is planned for the final exams?
So final exams as well as the regents were all canceled. So there are some high school classes that they may need to do certain things for college credit, called the AP courses. But on the middle school level, everything has been canceled. So that includes the state assessments that we would typically have around this time of the year, and that's grades 3 through 8. So ELA, math, and science. The regents, as I mentioned, were canceled, and even the 8th graders that take is a FLAX exam at the end of their 2 years of a language in 8th grade. So those things have been canceled, and even the Project Lead the Way tests, those that students that are taking Project Lead the Way courses, those tests were canceled as well. So we're all set?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I appreciate you joining me today, and it was good catching up. I hopefully answered all your questions. Enjoy your weekend, all right?
You too. Thank you for answering my questions.
Thanks for helping me out. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mr. McNeil and Catalina. Now, let's see what some of the AMS students have been doing for these last few weeks.
We'll start out with a song written and sung by Zoe, which she set to a familiar tune. Let's check it out.
I'm sorry, you have to deal with the drama every day. Kids arguing in the hallways, listen to things they gotta say. It's not okay when they break all the rules and they think that they're so cool, when really they're all fools. We're not perfect, it's true, but you gotta understand why we do the things we do. Some of us are trying to give you some clues. Maybe it's the feelings that we take along to school. These are some of the reasons why we do the things we do. Oh, 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 oh. It's not fun when we try to vandalize our school. Some of us don't realize that custodians have jobs too. You've crossed the line when you talk about our teachers and staff. They got feelings like you and think all you wanna do is laugh. We're not perfect, it's true, but you gotta understand why we do the things we do. Some of us are trying to give you some clues. Maybe it's the feelings that we take along to school. These are some of the reasons why we do the things we do. Oh, 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 oh. Hope you enjoyed.
I've been running a lot, been doing bike rides, I'm doing homework mostly in the early, and playing some video games. That's about it.
I went to school, and for fun I've been just playing sports and like playing video games, painting with my friends over the phone, playing, yeah, pretty much it. But in like 2 weeks I'm going to South Carolina, and I'm going to drive there, which is going to be like 14 hours there and back. But I'm going to stay there for like about 10 days, and my aunt has a house there, so it's not like germs or anything. I'm just gonna drive, so it's not really like germs, and I'm probably just gonna go on the pool or something like that. So yeah, that's what I've been doing my homework and things like that, and that's what I've been doing.
Thanks, guys. That was awesome. If you would like to share what you have been doing, go to the AMS Library Google Classroom and look for the video assignment section.
Being alone at home can feel isolating, so the AMS PTA designed this activity to remind us that we are not alone. Download 3 coloring pages from the PTA website.
Kids of any age and adults can color 1, 2, or all 3 pictures, then display them in a front window or anywhere in the home. And I'm making a sign to give people more hope during this time. First, I am writing Smithtown Strong around the border. I'm adding some blue dots for design. I'm writing "We are in this together" because even though we aren't together in school, we are together as a community, helping people who need money, food, etc. Now I am coloring in a rainbow for some color for people to see. I taped it to the window in front of my house so people can see it, and you can do the same. You can create any design on paper, tape it to your window to give people more home. This will remind us that we are united.
When you look out the window or take a walk with your dog or your giraffe in your neighborhood and see one of these pictures in a window, you'll be reminded that we're all in this together.
On another note, there are many people in the Smithtown community who are stepping up in beautiful ways while we are in quarantine. Please let the Smithtown Central School District know about someone who went above and beyond to help the Smithtown community during the COVID-19 health pandemic.
This might be a teacher, a parent, a neighbor, a business owner, a healthcare worker, or even your little brother. Find the form on the AMS library site.
That's all for now. Thanks for watching our home edition of the AMS TV News.
Stay safe.
Stay Smithtown strong.
And we hope to see you soon.